All right, section 11.2.
I feel the need for speed.
Oh, good movie. If you didn't hear that, I have the need for speed. That's from Top Gun. If you haven't seen Top Gun, you should probably see it. It's a great, pretty sweet 80s movie with Tom Cruise. So, I have the need for speed. What is speed and what is velocity? All right, speed is the distance of an object as it moves over time. So what is speed? Speed is the ratio of distance as it moves, all right, through time. So now we just got done talking in 11.1 about distance. Now we're going to say how fast does an object move? How quickly does it move that distance? That's going to be speed. Velocity is speed with direction. So velocity is speed with direction. So speed is how fast an object is moving, the rate at which an object is moving. All right? Velocity is speed with direction. So speed is you're traveling 55 miles per hour down the highway. Velocity is you're traveling 55 miles per hour south down the highway. So that's a small distinguishing difference between speed and velocity. Now, so we can express speed in two ways: average speed or instantaneous speed. So for example, average speed would be your speed over the entire trip. So let's say you live in Brownsville and you're driving to Hayfield. Most of the way between Brownsville and Hayfield is 55 miles per hour. But that's your average speed is going to be much lower than that because you're going to factor in the amount of time it took you to pull out of your driveway, go down the side roads, travel in Hayfield in town, and pull into the school parking lot. Instantaneous speed is going to be your speed at a particular moment. So I can measure your speed at any given point throughout that entire trip. So your instantaneous speed is going to vary. For example, what's your speed backing out of the driveway? Probably like 4 miles an hour. At that moment, that was your instantaneous speed. What's your speed going down Highway 56? Probably 55 miles per hour. Perfect. That's your instantaneous speed. Once you pulled on to County Road T and you're coming down to school, what's your instantaneous speed? Probably 45 miles per hour. So your instantaneous speed is going to change. Now, what we're going to start working on, and what you probably will want to do, is create a little card with equations, because we're going to start getting into mathematical equations. And you're like, ugh, math. Math is so boring. I hate math. Guys, this isn't difficult math. All right? Science applies math all the time. Science is applying real-world concepts to math. All right, so you should be excited that you get to do something that actually pertains to your life using math. All right, now I'm going to sum this up. Speed or velocity. Velocity is equal to d over t. Bottom line. Velocity is equal to d over t. V equals velocity. D equals distance. And t equals time. Velocity, distance, and time. Now, distance and time can vary in units. Right. So how do we get the units for velocity? Well, it's whatever our unit for distance is divided whatever our unit for our time is. So in the American unit, our distance is miles, our time is hours. That's why we get miles per hour. In the metric system, our distance is meters, our time is in seconds, and our unit is meters per second. However, if we're talking about how far a caterpillar moves, you might want to have your distance be centimeters and your time be seconds, so you could have centimeters per second. So that varies throughout. So the equation for speed is distance divided by time. All right, don't worry about the rest of this stuff. All right. Calculating average speed. Here's our example. A school bus travels 35 kilometers in 0.4 hours, followed by 40 kilometers in 0.6 hours. What is the average speed of the bus? Now, when we're solving for speed and velocity, the two are interchangeable. Just remember the difference between speed and velocity is speed with direction. So, we're going to have our equation. We know velocity is equal to distance divided by time. We need to figure out velocity. We need to figure out velocity, distance, and time. Now we're trying to figure out velocity, so we don't know it. What is the total overall distance the bus traveled in this example? Well, it traveled 35 kilometers at 0.4 hours and 40 kilometers in 0.6 hours, so it traveled 75 kilometers. And what is the total time that the bus traveled? Well, the bus traveled 0.4 hours and 0.6 hours. 0.4 plus 0.6 is 1 hour. We're going to go ahead and plug in what we know. Velocity is equal to distance divided by time. That's equal to 75 kilometers over 1 hour. 75 divided by 1 is 75. And what is our unit going to be? Remember, we divide what we have, and it'll be kilometers per hour. So 75 kilometers per hour. So that is the speed. That is our average speed that is given. All right. So we're going to continue to practice. Let me go back to this. We're going to continue to practice with average speed. Now, if you ever have to rearrange this equation, we've used the circle for concentration before. This might help some of you guys out. Here's your circle. Velocity is equal to distance divided by time. If you ever need to solve for one of them, you cover up the one you need to solve for. So if you need to solve for velocity, you're covering up velocity, and it's distance divided by time. If you're solving for time, it's distance divided by velocity. And if you're solving for distance, it's velocity times time. So just a little work there when we figure out average speed. So when we figure out average speed, that's the example on how we work. So I have the need for speed. That concludes section 11.2.